You know. Hi friends, let's look at Rhyme of Ancient Mariner question and answers. Again, we have this is a old English poem, so we have broken down the poem into parts, and also we have put the word meanings there itself, and we have explained it in normal English. It is an ancient mariner. Mariner means sailor, and he stoppeth one of three. Okay, by thy means your long grey beard and glittering. Glittering means shining eye. Now, wherefore means why? Stop it, you, me. Okay, so there was an old sailor. He stopped one of three people, and the person who got stopped said, "You have long grey beard and shining eye." And he asked, "Why have you stopped me?" Okay, the bridegroom's doors are open wide, and I am next of kin. Next of kin means member of the family. The guests are met, and the feast is set. Waste here the merry din. Merry din is merry music which has been heard. So basically, he's saying, see, the bridegroom's doors are open, and I am part of the family, and I need to go to the wedding. He holds him with his skinny hand. There was a ship, quoth, Quoth means said he. Hold off, unhand me, grey beard, loon. Okay, and EFTSONs means at once. Eftunes his hands and drop it he. So he said there was once a ship, the old mariner. Okay, and this guy he held the guest by his skinny hand, and the guest said, "Leave me, you mad guy." Okay, and at once the mariner dropped his hands. Okay, so questions. Why did the mariner hold the guest? Mariner wanted to tell his woeful story to the guest. Skinny hand, similar to this, what can you say about the legs? We can say it as skinny legs or shaky legs. What is the style used by the poet? Story narration. There was a ship, example. Okay. Who spoke to the mariner? Why he was angry? The wedding guest spoke to the mariner, and the mariner held guest's hand to tell a story, but the guest wanted to go to the wedding, so he was angry at mariner. Okay. Poem part 2. He holds him with his glittering eye. So the mariner still entices the wedding guest with his glittering eye. Wedding guest stood still and listens like 3 years child. The mariner hath means had his will. The wedding guest sat on a stone. He cannot choose but to hear, and thus spoke on that ancient man. So the old man continued speaking, and he had mesmerized the guest by his eyes. Okay, the bright-eyed mariner. The ship was cheered, and the harbor cleared. Merrily did we drop below the kirk. Kirk means church, kirk, and below the hill, below the lighthouse top. Okay, so this is the next part of the poem. So who forced the guest to listen to the mariner? Mariner's eyes like hypnotized the guest, so the guest continued listening. Why people used sea routes in old times? In old times, sea routes were the only mode of transport for very large distances. For example, one continent to another. Why below is used 3 times? To emphasize the location from where the ship started the journey. Below the church, below the hill, and below the lighthouse top. Poem part 3. The sun came upon the left. If you look at north, east, west, and south, the ship was sailing south. So the sun was to the left of them. Okay. Out came of the sea he came. So basically they are speaking about sunrise. And he shone bright. And on right went down into the sea, sunset. Okay, higher and higher every day till over the mast at the noon. So at the noon he was over the mast. Wedding guest here beat his breast. The guest was angry, for he heard the loud bassoon. So there was a musical instrument called bassoon, and it was loud, and he heard that. The bride had paced into the hall. Red as rose is she. Nodding their heads before her goes the merry minstrelsy. Minstrelsy means singers and musicians. So basically when the mariner was saying all this, they noticed that the bride had come in, and the singers and musicians were walking in front of her, and the guest was angry. Why poet compares bride to red rose? To emphasize the bride was as beautiful as red rose flower. Where was the bride present? The bride was present in the hall. Okay. Next part of the poem. Wedding guest, he beat his breast, yet he cannot choose but to hear, and thus spake. Spake means spoke on the ancient man, the bright-eyed mariner. And now the storm blast came, and he was tyrannous. Tyrannous means cruel and severe and strong. So the mariner is saying that the storm that hit the ship was very severe and struck with overtaking wings and caused us south along. So ship continues its journey along the south. Okay, with sloping masts and dipping prow. Prow means front of the ship, as who purged and yelled and blow. Okay, still trends of the shadow of his foe. So ship moved fast through, though as though it was being chased by its enemy. The ship drove fast and loud roared blast. The storm roared loudly, and the ship went even faster. And southward we fled. So the mariner is telling the ship went very fast in the southward direction. And now there came a mist and snow. So ship sailed into ice cold region, and it grew wondrous cold. And ice mast high came floating by, as green as emerald. So emerald is a precious green stone. So the icebergs were now seen because they had sort of sailed into a icy region, and through the drifts, okay, the snowy cliffs, okay, the spikes of iceberg did send dismal sheen. Sheen means brightness of the snow. Nor shapes of men nor beasts we ken. Ken means we could see. We could not see beasts or men. Ice was all between. So they could see, all they could see was ice around them. Okay. Ice was here, ice was there, ice was all around. It cracked and growled and roared and howled like noises in a swound. Okay. So what had happened is, because of this icy weather, the ship made crackling noises and the air made growling sounds like that. Okay. At length did cross an albatross. Then the albatross came by. It flew by the ship. Through the frog it came. As it had been a Christian soul, we hailed it in God's name. So it came as though it is God sent. Okay. So ice was here, ice was there means what? Poets wants to say ice was everywhere all around the ship. Okay. Use of cracked, growled, howled, what was it for? Poet uses these words to say that the sound of ship cracked and the sounds made by the wind howled and growled. Through came he means what? Albatross flew in from the mist and landed. Okay. Why sailors thank God? Coming of albatross coincided with weather getting better. Okay, it coincided with weather getting better, and the land also could be close by, because the birds cannot fly very far from the land. See, coming of albatross means the land was very close by. Okay, because the albatross will not fly very far from the land. So the sailors thought it was a good omen. It ate food and it never had eat, and round it flew. The ice did split with a thundering fit. Okay, the surface of ice broke, and the helmsman steered us through. So helmsman is the person who steers the ship, and he took the ship between the icebergs. Okay, and good south wind sprung up behind, and albatross did flow, and every day for food or play came to mariner's hollow. Hollow means call. When mariner called, the albatross would come. Okay, in the mist or cloud, or on mast or shroud, at perched and vespers 9. Okay, at fixed time every day it would come. While all the night through the fog, smoke and white glimmered the white moonshine. So albatross sat on the mast or the sail, and every day almost at the same time it came. God save thee, ancient mariner, from the fiends that plague you thus. So the guest is speaking now and saying that may God save you, ancient mariner, from the fiends that you have brought upon yourself. Why lookest thou so? He's asking, why do you look so sad? And the mariner says, with my crossbow I shot the albatross. Okay, so the mariner says, I am looking sad because I shot the albatross with my crossbow, that is bow and arrow. Next part of the poem. The sun rose upon the right. Now, if you look at north, west, east, south, when the sun rises in the east, if it is towards right, which means we are sailing north. Okay. The sun rose upon the right. Out of the sea came he and hid in the mist, and on the left went down into the sea. A good south wind still blew behind, but no sweet bird did follow, nor day for food or play came to Mariner's hollow. See, that mariner had shot the albatross. So now there was no bird which was following him. Okay. And I had done a hellish thing, and it would work them woe. Okay. So great unhappiness, or woe means great unhappiness and sorrow. So killing albatross will bring them sorrow. For all averred, Avered, averred, said that I had killed the bird that made the breeze blow, and wretch, said they, the bird to slay that made the breeze to blow. So all men in the ship felt that killing bird was bad, as they felt that albatross made the breeze to flow. So killing it could bring us bad omens. Nor dim nor red, like the god's own head, the glorious sun upraised, and then all averred, I had killed the bird that brought the fog and mist. It was right, said they, the birds to slay that bring fog the mist. Now the men on the ship were fickle-minded. Sometimes they say, yes, it was good that you killed the bird, and sometimes they said, no, it was a bad omen of killing the bird. Okay, so what happens then? Okay, the far breeze blew, white foam flew, and the furrow followed free. We were the first that ever burst into the silent sea. So they went into a part of sea which was very silent, and down dropped the breeze and sails dropped down. So now there is no wind or breeze. It stopped immediately, and the ship could no longer sail. It was sad, could be, and we did speak only to break the silence of sea. So everybody was silent, everybody was worried, and they spoke only when they wanted. All in a hot copper sky, the bloody sun at noon, bright up above the mast did stand, no bigger than the moon. Day after day, we stuck, nor a breath nor motion, as idle painted ship upon a painted ocean. So the ship stood still because they didn't have any breeze. The breeze completely stopped. There was no wind. The ship could not sail, and they were as though the ship had stopped, as though it was a painting of a ship on the painting of the ocean. Water everywhere, all boats did shrunk. Water everywhere, nor a drop to drink. Okay, see, when you sail, you can't drink sea water because it is salty. So the sailors didn't have any water to even drink. Poem part 8. The very deep rot, O Christ, that ever this should be. Yeah, slimy things do crawl with the legs upon the slimy sea. So there were reptiles which were crawling on the surface of the sea. About and about, reel and rout, the death fires danced at night. The water, like witches' oils, burned green, blue, and white. So he is describing how hot the water was. The water was as hot as witch's oil, which is a magical old lady, and her oil, how hot it used to be. The water was like that. And some dreams assured were of the spirit that plagued us. So the spirit of the albatross, whom he had shot, was coming in their dreams. Okay. 9 fathom deep he had followed us. Okay, fathom is measurement of depth. 9 fathom deep means 9 fathoms in depth. That spirit had followed them from the land of mist and snow. Every tongue through littered drought was withered at the root. We could not speak no more than we had been choked with soot. So what is the mariners is saying is that our throats were so dry, and we were facing all these bad omens, that we felt as though our throat was filled with soot. Well a day, what evil looks had I from the old and young. Instead of the cross, albatross about my neck was hung. So the old and young sailors in the ship gave him bad looks because he had killed the albatross. And as a punishment, sailors hung the dead albatross around the mariner's neck as a punishment. Okay. How did some sailors feel? Sailors felt albatross spirit was hunting them badly, and it was affecting the ship. Why could none of the sailors speak? Sailors' throats were dry. They felt like as though soot had filled their mouth, and because mariner had wrongly killed albatross. 9 fathom deep he followed means what? Fathom is a unit of measurement. 1 fathom is equal to 6 meters. Okay, the spirit of albatross, that is ghost of albatross, was following the ship inside the water, and the depth of that ghost following was 9 fathoms deep from the water surface. Okay, and 1 fathom is 6 meters. How was wedding guest stopped? Wedding guest was stopped by mariner. Old mariner held guest by his skinny hands and hypnotized him with his glittering eyes. The guest asked the mariner to let go of him, but continues to listen to mariner's story. Why wedding guest was stopped? Mariner wanted to share his woeful story of guilt with someone. He found a man going to guest going as a guest to the wedding. He stopped him and he wanted to share his story. What was the weather like at the start of the journey? At the beginning of the journey, weather was nice and favorable. Weather conditions. Sun rose and shined brightly at the mast at the noon. Water everywhere, nor any drop to drink. Okay, bring out the irony. Sailors were surrounded by sea water that was dirty and salty. Okay, and slimy creatures. Though surrounded by water, sailors did not have even a few drops of clean water to drink.